Good morning, YouTube. As always, we got some drama. I was supposed to try to get here at 4 o'clock, but I wound up needed some extra time to wake up, so I sat in the I laid in the back for a few extra minutes. Go get this thing, do what it needs to do. And I get to the gate. What's going on, Mike? I get to the gate, and you got a whole bunch of people in there, don't know what they talking about, don't know what they doing. I mean, you train these folks, they supposed to know what they doing. I'm a regular, so I already know. So, you know, I drive up and I drive over the stop sign line. I got an 18-wheeler, bro. I can't just blow back up on the dime. I gotta look behind me so I don't hit nobody and keep my job, and then I gotta back out slowly. He's trying to rush me. It's always these new people. It's that stupid stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm like, this is a hot mess. And then I haven't did my lives in God knows how long. I broke my mount, so this is a new mount. I was trying to adjust the other one, got frustrated, I broke it. So I mean, all this stuff, you know, I'm not getting paid for this. And you know, I'm getting frustrated. I'm like, okay, slow down. So as you see, I just backed in my empty. The slot I'm supposed to be in is not. It was full, so I had to go up. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna look for an easier spot. And I finally found a spot, and the clock is ticking down. Like I'm like, so there's gonna like be 30 people waiting to hit. You know. I had to talk myself off of talk myself off the ledge. But this is the story of my life. You know, you got to talk yourself off the ledge, calm down. Now watch Knight be mad because the next empty spot is the one that I put it in, because here comes that light you see as a Knight truck. So he gonna be mad I'm in his spot. But oh well. But this is the story of my life. I was supposed to pick up in North Carolina, but they moved it back 2 days. I'm like, hey, bro, I can't afford this right now. I can't afford nothing. You know, and the wife has been picking up the slack for God knows how long, and you know, we always talk about relationships. I learned one strong thing: don't be an idiot. I was getting back $800. I was getting back $800 on my tax return, and it popped into our main account. But a miscalculation on the bill pays took all my tax return. And I know her. She's gonna try to figure out a way to get me my money, but I'm like, wait a minute. I've been slacking so much lately because the loads have been down or whatever, and she's been picking up the pace. I said, baby, just write that off as given to the family fund or whatever. Don't worry about giving it back to me, because that was a test of selfishness. I'm like, I wish I knew that was going to happen before I bought these 2 lawnmowers, but I don't know. I might have just bought 1 instead of 2, but I still would have did it. You know what I mean? But you got a lot of people that say I ain't spit without her. and I'm very happy she's in my life, and I'm happy that she's a part of it because she think, look, if I had to do this by myself, it wouldn't have ended up right. So I'm happy I'm with the one I'm with. You know what I mean? But guys, bear with me for a minute. I gotta go in and get the paperwork, and then we gotta hook up to the truck, and then we can start talking about a whole lot of nothing. welcome to the page. Welcome to my YouTube page. Okay, I ain't gonna take the earpiece in because it's gonna cut off. So hang tight for 1 minute, guys. I'm gonna turn the truck off either. Alrighty. Alright, I'm back. Put the truck in the shop yesterday because I had some little stuff going on. My windshield wiper blade flew off. I had the tire wrapping in there because it wouldn't click. And I needed a new tire, a new spare to put on the back, and they found out that one of my tires was flat. So I've been doing a half AZZ pre-trips, which I got to start doing being better because they you know, in the middle of the month it's a inspection blitz. So I got just we got to do better. And that's normally what happens when you drive an 18-wheeler. You get lazy, and this was a good reminder. Hey, I need to check a little bit better for my safety alone. I'm driving around with a flat behind tire. That was just I didn't even know. And you know, so other than that, but the last few days have been crazy. Had some late nights. You know, a lot of hold my beer moments. Not literally, guys, because I'm driving an 18-wheeler, but you know what I mean. And let's see here. Hold on. Let's check the time. 8906. 89066. See if we can find that puppy. Let's see here. Let's turn the light on. It's a little dark back here. 8, 9. 9066. 9066. Right. Okay, let's turn that one off. It's the story of my life, but I'm heading to Florida. Get this out of the way. Better than sitting. I don't feel it. Alright, here we go. Excuse me for a second. Let me hook up. Move up because so I can get the heck up out of here. A little bit more, a little bit more. Don't you do the left? let's see here. All right, almost ready to go. Oh, Jesus. Let's see. What the heck? I can put in the numbers. Really? I'm doing what's called a loaded call. That means I got my trailer. Alright, now it's time to get the heck out of Dodge. And, hey, good morning, Wellness. How you doing? Welcome in. I have to drive and get this going. But one thing I wanted to talk about, it's kind of a little bit different than what I was, it really isn't. Because since I've become a content creator, which was by circumstances, I've told this story a million times before. I didn't really start out doing this. I was just lonely as a truck driver, which it really is, and I needed something to occupy my time. And what I mean by that, when you're driving, especially if there's nothing other than darkness late night, you fall asleep. You got nothing to occupy your time. See, like you see all these lights, I got something to look at. I got something to occupy my time. The good and the bad about social media is it will occupy your time. It will occupy your your headspace, which is really actually good as a truck driver, but you can't be looking at the screen while you're trying to drive. You got an accident waiting to happen, and you're going to kill yourself or somebody else. So one of the things I had to learn is, like right now, I don't look at the screen. Mike and all my moderators cover my back, and I just talk. I briefly look over for a quick second, but I don't. It's on a mount because of being a truck driver. It is against the law, one, to have it in your hand, and two, they have these machines on the side of the road. They have these machines on the side of the road that will take a picture while you drive by them with it in your hand, and that's an automatic. You're fired. I think it's a very expensive ticket, and then they put it on the company, so it's another very expensive fine for them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a two-pronged attack. So, but it has made me understand that some people just don't have no daggone sense. Some people are clout chasing. Not some, they're really clout chasing because they're looking for stupid stuff. Prime example, on a different platform, the guy was complaining about how dirty and disgusting truck stops are? Well, welcome to my world that I've been doing for 13, 14 freaking years. I've yet to see one clean truck stop. You know where the clean truck stops are? The well-lit. All right. The well-lit truck stops. The people that work there, because guess what? A truck driver is going to find a way to get rid of this crap off the back of his truck. Because a lot of times the shippers say, no, you can't empty nothing at our truck stop, at our shipper, but we just brought you the junk. And you can't take the rest of the junk with you. You know what I'm saying? So you got people complaining, clout chasing, like it's doing something. That's why we can't have nothing. Welcome to the real world. Piss bottles on the side of the road. You know why there's piss bottles on the side of the road? I'm going to tell you why. Because as a truck driver, I'm not eating healthy ever for the last 14 freaking years. I'm drinking Monster drinks, sodas, Sprite with the caffeine in it, heavy sugary items. I got diabetes. So diabetes makes me go to the bathroom even more. But I'm sitting here dehydrating myself, not doing nothing healthy. I'm making it worse. But every time I have to pull over to go to the bathroom, it takes 15 minutes either to get into a truck stop. It takes 15 minutes either to get into a truck stop or park, that's even worse, or try to get, into the fuel island. And you're waiting in line so you can get out and go to the bathroom. So we got to do what we got to do. I know it sounds gross, but it is what it is. Welcome to my world. That's why I have a portable toilet in my truck. For that exact reason. Oh, this is disgusting. Well, what do you think? This isn't a hunky-dory life. This is real world. You go to some truck stops with there's lot lizards everywhere, and you're scared to get out of the truck. I rarely get out of my truck nowadays. Luckily I'm on a dedicated route, so I know what I got to do. You don't get to, you're not washing your behind. Yeah, I smell like AZZ 24/7, but I stay to myself. I'm not going into these nasty behind places. I see. I went into one truck stop. They were wiping the floor with the last person's towel. They wasn't mopping the floor with a mop. They were mopping the floor with the last person's towel that wiped the crack in their booty crack. Yeah, that's freaking disgusting. I get home a lot. I try to do what I gotta do. Oh, you're wasting your money. You're wasting your time. And I've been warned on a certain whatever. I'm about to get booted off of there because of that. Well, it is what it is. But you got a lot of you find out, and you're kind of lit up about it. A lot of racism, a lot of sexism, a lot of bigotry, the real world is coming in here because you got what's called keyboard cowboys. We spot them all the time. Mike lets them have it because they do some stupid behind stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about what has being a content creator changer. It's toughened me up. Boy, I used to be so far into my shell that when you said something to me, oh my God. I used to be so into my shell. See, but we use everything as a weapon, including religion. And I know y'all don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to bring it up. There's a movie out right now called Sinners. It's a black horror movie. I think it was directed by Ryan Coogler. Let me know if I'm wrong. It's a horror movie. Stupid. It's not, first of all, it's not real. It's a movie. It's a horror movie. It's a horror movie about vampires. No, this ain't Blade with the techno. No, it's a horror movie. A horror horror movie that was made back when we were being oppressed. So they have gems and stuff that is thrown in there. And, you know, okay. If you are this white version of Christianity that you think you're so much better than everybody else because you were once a hoe, male or female, you were dealing drugs, doing drugs and everything, and God has saved you. So now that you're doing everything, you know, everything right by the book, which you still couldn't, because if you read the Bible, you're never going to get it right. It's because God, Yahweh, sent his son to come and die for your sins. But that doesn't give you a clear slate. That doesn't give you a clear slate to judge anybody. You sound like the Sadducees, the Sadducees and the Pharisees, because a lot of so-called Christians, based on this white Christianity, well, Christianity came to Africa before this other Christian. No, that was Judaism. That was Judaism. If you look back, they find out that the Levites, the Levites are ones that ran the temple, got the African heritage. It goes all the way back. So you keep going out. If first of all, if you're a Christian, if you're so high and mighty on the Christian, temple or the Christian, level, what are you going to a horror movie for? How stupid is that? What are you going to a horror movie for? You get what I'm saying? You don't know. First of all, if you believe in God, you got to believe that there's demons. You got to believe that there's evil in the world. You got to believe that there's evil in the world. We just get the slight version of it. We just get the temptation. We just get we get the slight version of it. But there's evil in the world, idiots. Look at our government. If this guy, why does he allow that? I don't know. But I'm still trusting in him. Do you see what I'm saying? Y'all act like, why do you believe? I don't believe in the white Anglo-Saxon Christianity, but I believe that there is a God. I believe that there is a son that came from God to save me of my sins. Why? Because 10 years ago, while I was laying in the back of this truck and I was about to get up to help my trainee, and a voice spoke to me and told me to go back to sleep. And I listened, I went back to sleep and woke up to a fiery furnace. The truck that I was in was on fire. And in the midst of all of that, I cried out to God, hey, whatever I did, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I can't take this no more. And guess what? Long story short, my life got better. Long story short. So I believe, but I don't believe in this. I got to go to church to listen to people that are doing dirty stuff behind closed doors. I don't believe that I got to go to church to have some pastor tell me to lock the doors. I wish a ninja would lock the doors and tell me you ain't leaving till we pay this $40,000. Well, guess what? You need to put the church on a budget, and you need to get a part-time job, because I'm not paying that. Well, what about tithes and offerings? Tithes and offerings, that has to do with food and they coming together to help each other. Is your church feeding the poor and helping the downtrodden? If it ain't, don't talk crap. Don't say nothing to me. Stop trying to get bigger and bigger when you can't afford it. But why are you going to be, if you're this, I'm so holding down that I'm modest apparel, and you talking, you're a woman, you talking to your husband like he ain't crap as soon as you leave church, or you man, you cheating on your wife, but you a deacon in church, and you're doing all this stuff. But then you go see a horror movie, a fake movie with fake blood and fake baloney, and you're behind, oh, I can't watch this in the name of Jesus, and walk out the movie. What was you doing in there from the first place? Think about it. I'm asking, what was you doing there in the first place? Then now, because it did like 61 million, they said, well, it's off to a great start. And then this of course, because it was black, it's a black horror movie, of course, there's a black director, of course. Now you can say, oh, it's got a long way to go, and they're talking down about it. Really? The movie theater industry is dying right now. It's literally dying because of streams and everything else. It's literally dying. But if you think about it, and I'm not going to say who's pastor of what church that I went, that I was sitting in his office because my best friend got married. And this pastor in his office had Marvel paraphernalia. Paraphernalia on the thing. So guess what? This pastor and he's world freaking famous. He know that it's fake, but he knows it's a movie. Do you see what I'm saying? He knows it's a freaking movie. See, we get to this, hey Crooked, how you doing? We get to this point that we don't know how to differentiate or whatever between reality and the truth. We've all been somewhere. We've all had our demons. We've all had it. Why do you think so many of y'all do gardening? That is the most, I was reading in a book, it was telling about with plants and the environment outside, that it helps people, especially I'm an empath, it helps me to clear my mind. It clears me. What do you think it does to regular folks? The same freaking thing. Why do you think it becomes such an OCD thing? Because that's where you find your peace, by getting out there and tilling the ground and making something and making yourself happy, because we've all been through something. Some of us was been on pills, some of us is alcohol, some of us have been through bad marriages, bad families, bad life, bad every freaking thing. But we found our peace in something that started out as a hobby, but it became a love. It became something. Well, this frugal mama, she works out. I'm jealous as heck, hating like a mother. I couldn't get and do that every day. My wife does it every day, walks dang near 4 to 5 miles, and he's on the up and up. You got to learn to be on the up and up. You got to learn to enjoy yourself. If you think I'm a content creator, but nobody's watching me. Somebody's watching you. Somebody's being encouraged by what you're doing. Somebody is enjoying your videos. Your videos. Don't give up. Do videos. Do something better, something. Just be smart about it. Keep pushing forward with yourself. You got this. I'm saying this as it changed me. It brought me out of my shell. It made me feel better about myself. I've got all these digital friends. I wish we could have a meetup. I've got all of these YouTube friends that they come and say, hey, how you doing? Mike, man. Next time I'm home, I gotta get your address. so I can send to you and Urban, you know, the tripod. I'm never home. I got to get your address so I can send it. I did a giveaway, and they ain't been able to send it out yet. I gotta get y'all address. I think I got Urban somewhere. Send that to Canada, but I gotta get your address because I appreciate you. I appreciate your associate minister, Crooked Peach made me a better person. I grabbed my vitamins because of Crooked Peach. When I look at the monster drinks, I'm like, I hear Crooked Peach in my head, boy. I gotta stay alive, Crooked. I'm not gonna tell you I drank this one, but I gotta drink it. Then I try again, and I try again, and I try again. You have people that think about you. You might not think it, but you do. You have people that do right. You have people that there's people out here that are doing, don't think they're good enough. You are good enough. You are blessed. You have a way. You have a way to get through to people that nobody else has been able to get through to. I was heartbroken for a minute, boy. I've lost like 400 or 500 hours. But then I noticed that, okay, well, I'm gaining subscribers. I'm gaining. I bought 2 real mowers. Don't need them, but I bought them. I was ecstatic because trust and believe. Even used these mowers, these 2 mowers, they actually work, and they have Honda engines. In the auction would have went for 11. Minimum, probably 1,100 a piece. I got them for $250 a piece. Over the next year or two, I'm giving me 2 years. I'm going to be putting them. I'm going to be reviving them. Probably not going. I put one on Facebook Marketplace, but I'm probably not going to sell it. I'm going to keep it and keep it, you know, and fix my lawn so I can actually use the daggone thing. You can't have this real mowers with a lumpy lawn. But I have been posting short videos, and normally my shorts, depending on what I do, gets 10, 20 views. I'm getting 2,000 or 3,000 views on short stuff, and I ain't had nothing to do with it. I look at my camera thing, and I got to go in my phone. I got to go on not my phone, but I got my camera with me that I took on the cruise. I've got a whole segment of 4K that I haven't even worked on yet. I got to get there. And what I'm saying is, yeah, I'm not growing in the hours. I'm not, no, they're getting paid, but I'm having fun. But I'm finding peace in the joy that is become of me being a content creator. I'm finding joy and peace in when I get a chance and I'm still awake. I go to other people's channels, watch their videos, supportive to the best of my ability, and say thank you for being my friend. Thank you for being a part of my driving life, my YouTube life, my life itself. And that's the part of the, you know, be encouraged. If I could say anything important, be encouraged, because at this world, at this time, it's so discouraging on what the heck's going on. You guys, look at history, man. This is a Nazi takeover, man. This is straight from Hitler's playbook. I'm gonna just say that. So, you know, you guys that do the planting, you better plant some more. You guys that do the canning, better learn how to can some more. I'm not telling you to do anything, but watch your back. I installed a dash cam on my wife's car. I thought I was gonna view that whole thing, and boy, that thing whooped my behind. But I got it working. I got it hooked up. I didn't even see it was a front and back. So I got one in the mirror, you know, on the windshield, and one in the rear, in the rear mirror, and it's all the cables are tucked away and everything. So she is covered in case someone tries to do something dishonest or whatever, an accident, it automatically goes off. It always sets off, you know. And I remember I started out and I said, I'm like, look, this is all y'all getting out of this, because it put a whooping on me. The short videos have been my reawakening. And here's the funny thing, I ran out of conversation. We've been doing. I got a big blue not a loose leaf, but a notebook. And I remember, I didn't realize I wrote down so many conversations. So I got like 4 or 5 pages of new conversations that we're going to be putting forward in the next couple of days, and so forth and so on. Do you see what I'm saying? You guys got to. We got to fall back on each other. We got to fall back on each other for what am I saying? For encouragement, for enlightenment, to stay positive. Keep smiling, man. Keep smiling, because you know the negativeness, the spirit of discernment. You know, you can see when the I can tell you. Thank God for friends. Real friends hang around when they know you got a dark cloud over your head. Well, because you'll eventually see the sunshine. You see how that sun is starting to come up? It was dark. The sun eventually will shine again. You got folks that have nothing but a streak of bad luck. You know, it will turn around. I can't tell you when. I can't tell you where. Because I remember, boy, if I ain't had no bad luck, or you said, well, you're a Christian, yeah, you got bad luck. God made all this. And if I had the bad luck, I don't know what luck I had. And one day I woke up, and I'm like, why am I smiling? Why am I giggling? I've been with the same woman for 10 years. Gets on my last nerve a whole lot of times, but still, when she calls, I smile. When I see her name on there, I'm smiling. And when I see her name, I'm giggling. When I talk to her, I'm well, why are you so quiet? I'm like, because I got you. I'm happy. I'm still trying to figure out when did the switch flip? Do you see what I'm saying? When did the switch flip? But it's flipped. There's a verse. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not to thine own understanding. Always acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. Lean not to your own understanding. Guess what that means? Don't try to do it your way. Wait, I say, on the Lord. You know, a subtle hint, a subtle nudge. God ain't trying to be, y'all. Everybody's waiting for this Moses split the Red Sea, type of stuff. No, God does subtle stuff. You know what I mean? He does subtle stuff to get you, to point you in the right direction. And when he's pointing in the right direction, you'll know, because stuff's all going right the way it's supposed to. I'm like, thank you. Even right now, thank you. I don't deserve it. I'm never gonna say I deserve it. I don't deserve it, but thank you. You feel me? I pulled out my lawnmowers. I don't have a fancy car. I don't have gold and jewelry, but I have lawnmowers. Why? I find peace in it. I find joy in it. Hopefully one day I'll be like Big Son, start me a lawnmower business, or start part-time. My neighbor paid me and gave me a case of beer. 30 beers for cutting his lawn. He don't realize I had a ball. He went back over there and trimmed it. And then started doing the back. It's a little bit more work to the back. But I went over to the backyard with my battery power lawnmower because it's real light. Next time I'm home, we'll do some more. Why not do something that you love to do? Why not do something that you have fun doing? I have fun doing it. Don't worry about me. Look, I'm trying to be a good neighbor. If you look at the big high-end YouTubers that do lawn care, whatever, they take care of about 3 or 4 people's yards in their neighborhood. So when I figure out mine, shoot, I'm gonna figure out yours too, bro. You see what I'm saying? But I'm gonna figure out mine on a budget. I got these 2 mowers that I'm gonna do. We gonna do this on a budget. I gotta start cutting back even more because it's hard times. I'm not getting all the loads I used to get. I used to be worried about the hours and everything. I was gonna run out of hours. Not getting enough loads to run out of hours. So I gotta do what I gotta do. you feel me? I didn't even put the water on because I'm gonna not start watering my glass till May, but that's gonna cost me some money. Like the next week and a half, it's gonna be raining almost every day. So I gotta look at that. I gotta keep an eye on it. These are the things that I gotta do for my hobby, for my YouTube channel, for my my thing, and that's what I'm doing. I'm going back to having fun, going back to join. Pray for me so I can get back out here and start walking again. I walked this weekend. We were walking in we walked right into a 5K by mistake. It was hilarious. They're pissing me off. All these folks were leaving us behind. I'm like, I'm cursing and whatnot. It was hilarious. I'm sitting there cursing. Yeah, and you're right, Frugal. I just looked at it because I stopped. I'm waiting because guess what? That's, just mowing lawns, that's a good thing, but flying more, so they're built to go for the gusto. More, so they're built to go for the gusto. And since I've been good care of them, especially the John Deere, when I took it to the dealer, the salesman looks and said, man, this is in good condition. I say, heck yeah, because that's my baby. That's my baby. You know what I mean? And, I'm looking for something that's going to, and I'm just looking for that one opening. I'm looking for that one opening that I can start. Because what I like to do is, if I'd like to be home on the weekends, I would start the business then. So if I can find maybe the next route that I get home on the weekend, and if start building and building and building, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. But I'm just waiting for my time. Wait, I say on the Lord. You don't know when your time is coming, but be prepared. Be prepared. Learn from other people. Learn what they're doing. Learn to figure it out. All right, guys. Thank you for hanging in there with the foolishness. Coming up next, Wellness for Frugal Mama. Get your workout on and your positive affirmations. Oh, shoot. All these people going by me. Positive affirmations. And also, Eddie Lugo Studios at, I believe, 715. Cruising is fun anytime, and Eddie Lugo Studios, they go live together at 9 o'clock. Miss T with the T at 9:15. Guys, this Sunday, I'll see if I can get with them and share the thumbnail. I'm going to be interviewed on Cruising is Fun Anytime second channel. I think it's Cruising Through Life. Don't quote me on that, please. Sunday afternoon, me and my wife. So hopefully we can get everything together. And thank you for hanging in there with me. We'll check you guys tomorrow. And as always, if you think nobody loves you, know that I love you and God loves you. Y'all stay blessed. Don't be stressed. Deuces.